Hello everyone, myself Devanshi Trivedi. Today we are going to see some basic concepts of C programming. What is C programming? How it differs from other languages? What is the importance of Python? What are the various types of softwares? What are the loops and its kinds in C language? And we are going to implement the candy game in Turbo C++, right? So let's begin with the first one. What is C programming? So, as we all know, that C programming is a procedural programming language. It is procedure oriented and it was developed by Dennis Ritchie. It is machine dependent language. Now, what is machine dependent language? When you compile a C program in one system, then you will not be able to run it on the another system without recompilation, right? So it means that it is a machine dependent language. C is a compiler language, which means that the entire code is translated into machine language at once. Now, we all know that the computer understands only binary language, that is a 0 and 1 language, right? So it translates the whole code into the machine language, right? At once, remember, at once. Now, when we compile the C program, it will generate the three files, that is the object file, the executable file, and the backup file. The object file is .obj file. It is only a readable file and is stored and is only a readable file. It is not executed. But now the second is .exe file. The exe file is on which we run the program. And third is the backup file. The backup file is used when your program is crashed or you want to back up the source code. So it's for the purpose of safety. If you lost the file, you can back up using the .bak file. The second is the importance of Python. There are many languages which are used, that are C++, Java, JavaScript, PHP. Then why only Python? The main reason, it is easy to learn and use. It is really very simple and it is versatile and really very efficient. It is used in various fields like web development, data science, AI, automation, and many more. And moreover, it is a cross platform language. Cross platform means when you write a code in a one like Visual Studio, then you can run it on various platforms. It has a huge community support. Community support refers that there are many libraries in Python, which includes sklearn, pandas, numpy. You can use the built-in functions and perform various operations using these libraries. It is interpretable and scalable language. The main difference between C and Python is that C is a compiler oriented language and Python is a interpretable language, which means that it compiles the code line by line. So we can say that C is comparatively faster than Python due to the line by line execution. Now, next is the types of the software. So there are mainly three types of softwares, which are system software, application software, and utility software. System software is, we can say that it is an interface between the user and the hardware. The most operating systems which we use today, like Microsoft is there, Linux is there, Windows, iOS, comes under the system softwares, right? So the second is application software. The various applications which are used today, like PowerPoint, MS Office, Google Docs, Adobe Photoshop, comes under application software, right? So it is used basically for user-specific tasks. The third is utility software. Various antivirus softwares are there, backup softwares are there, which includes McAfee, QuickHill is there, comes under utility software. It is used for computer maintenance and performance optimization. Next is the types of application software, right? So for under the application software, there are four categories, which includes desktop-based, mobile-based, web-based, and AR/VR MR. So we'll see one of them one by one. Desktop softwares. So these are the softwares that are installed and run on the personal computer, and it does not require any internet connection. You can use without internet connection. Some of the desktop applications includes Windows Media, MS Office, Visual Studio, which is open source for programming, PyCharm, etc. The second is mobile based. The various applications which we install in our mobiles, uh, either in Android or iOS, like Instagram is there, WhatsApp, Paytm, are all mobile based. Now, the Flutter and the React Native are most popular frameworks for building the mobile based applications, right? The third is web-based applications. The various web applications which requires the internet connection. Without internet connection, we cannot run them, and are platform independent includes Google Docs, Gmail, LinkedIn, Amazon. These are all web-based softwares. The third is AR, VR, and MR. The full form of them are augmented reality, virtual reality, and mixed reality. They are basically used for the enhancing the user experience and are immersive technologies nowadays. So Pokemon Go, which is augmented reality, VR Chat, which is a virtual reality, and Microsoft HoloLens, which is a mixed reality, are some of these examples of these kinds, right? So the next is, what are the types of utility softwares? So there are two basic types, which are CAD software and CAM software. CAD is a computer aided design. This is basically used by civil engineers, and they build the 2D and 3D models using CAD softwares, and the architecture and various models are built using this software. It is used for technical drawings, blueprints, and prototypes. Some of these examples are written here, like AutoCAD is there, SolidWorks, CATI is there. Okay, and with the CAM, the models which are built using CAD are converted into the machine readable instructions using CAM, and its controls and production equipment is generated by CNC machines and 3D printers. It is used in automating manufacturing processes, right? Various examples of CAM includes Fusion, 360, Mastercam, Siemens NX, etc. Now we'll see what are the kinds of loops in C languages. So the first is entry control loop. Entry control loop is that where the condition is checked first and then the loop is executed. If the condition becomes false, then the loop will not execute at all. I have given the example of for loop here. I have declared the integer I as 1. When I is less than or equal to 10, this is the condition, and I have incremented the value of I by 1, right? So in this, it will print 1 to 10 numbers in a single line with the space, right? So this is the example of for loop. The second is while loop. Then the second is exit control loop. In exit control loop, the condition is checked after the loop executes. So in this do while loop, the loop will execute at least once, right? So here I declared the I is equals to 1, and I have printed the value of I, and then I have done the I plus plus. So even if the condition, that is I is less than or equal to 5, becomes false, then also the 1 will be printed in this do while loop, right? Okay. So now we'll implement the candy game. Before that, let me give one brief overview of the game. So in this, we are having a basket and a candy. We need to catch the candy by moving the basket left or right. Okay. You can move the basket left or right using A and D keys, right? So the candy falls continuously at the fixed interval of time randomly at any position, right? If the candy box catches the candy, the score increases. If the candy is missed, then one life is lost. Okay, and the game ends when the player either wins or loses, right? And if the user wants to exit the game, then he or she will press the X key, then immediately it will quit the game, right? So let's implement. Let me open the Turbo C++. Okay. So the objective is implementation of candy game. I've included the header files, that is hash include stdio.h and hash include conio.h. Hash include stands for preprocessor directive. Okay. Here I have given candy x 40, candy y 3. Now see, there is a Cartesian plane, and in x-axis there are 80, like 80 points, and y is 25 points, right? So the half of x-axis is 40, and candy y I have given 3. So the candy will position at the top center, okay? And box X is 40 and box Y, that is 22, that is for the basket. It will be at the bottom center, okay? Because the x-axis is 40. Score I have initialized to 0 and lifeline I have initialized to 3. So whenever you will lose the candy, then the lifeline will decrease one by one, okay? And I have given the text background as blue. I've given the label as start. Whenever you end some label with the colon, it becomes a label, right? I've cleared the screen, and go to XY function is used to position the X and the Y axis wherever you want the element to be. Okay. And I have given the text color as yellow. So the score will be printed at X axis 60 and Y axis as 5. And below that the lifeline will be printed. Now, first of all, the candy will be positioned at the top center. Just go to XY, candy X, candy Y. I have given the text color of candy as red. And then for the basket, it will be positioned at the bottom center first. Okay. And the go to XY, I have done +7 to the x-axis because the base I have given as 7. So to print this hash, we need to give the x-axis +7 and the box y as it is. And to print the base, I have done the box y +1 and box x as it is to increment the y-axis. Now in if condition, if A be hit, when the user hits the keyboard, it will store the value of the hit, and it will check if it is A or D. So if it will A, it will check that if box X is greater than 1, it cannot be 0, right? So it will decrement the x-axis, so the box will move to the left side. Similarly for the capital A, and if the user hits D, then I've given box S is less than 73. Why 73? Because 80 minus 7, the base is 7, right? So it will stop there. It will not go beyond 80, right? So for that, I have given 73 and box X plus plus. So it will move to the right side. Similarly for capital D, and if the user wants to exit, then he or she will press the capital X or small x. So exit 0. Now, I want the candy to be incremented by 1. The y-axis should be incremented by 1 to move the candy down. So here I have done plus plus. And if the candy y equals to 22, which means that it is inside the basket, right? So it will calculate the distance between the candy and the box. If it is between 1 and 6, that is inside the basket, between 1 and 6, the difference is between 1 and 6, then it will produce a sound and it will increase the score. Okay, the sound value is in hertz, right? And the delay is in milliseconds, right? And this no sound is compulsory to write, because if you don't write, then whenever you close the window, then the sound will continuously pop up. So it's compulsory. In the else part, that is the candy is not in the basket, so it will decrease the lifeline. And similarly, the sound will be produced of 300 hertz and delay of 100 milliseconds. And if the lifeline is equal to 0, then it will clear the screen that you lose the game. and it will produce a sound similarly. And at 40 and 13, which means at the center of the screen, 40 means x-axis, that is 80, half, that is 40, and 25 is half is 13. So it will print in the red color that the game is over, and it will hold the output using getch, and it will exit. Now this is the one iteration. At every iteration, candy y would be 1, that is at the top of the y-axis, and candy x, that is, it will randomly position the candy at the beginning using the rand function modulo 80 plus 1, which means that it will never start with 0, and modulus 80, which means the x-axis is 80, so it will never produce 0. I've given delay of 200, and I've given go to start, which will start with the bow label I've given here. Here, start. So it will again start the process. Let me run the code. First of all, I will catch the candy. Score is increased. Again. Now I will lose the one. Lifeline is decreased. Again, one decreased. Okay, so game is over. So this is the implementation of Candy Game. I hope you liked this video. Thank you so much for watching. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.